Hey guys, so real quick, I'm going to show you how to install and use the Table of Contents plugin on your WordPress site. So let's hop over here. So first, I'm personally on Kingdom Bloggers using the LuckyWP Table of Contents. It's totally free. There are other ones. I've not tried any of them out. So if you want to use the one that I'm using, I can show you exactly how to install it and get the settings to what you want it to be. So you'll just type this in or just Table of Contents, activate it. And then you will hop over here. So once you've installed it, you'll go back to your plugins and scroll down to it and then hit activate. Then where you will find it is here under settings. And so when you hover over that, you will come down here to Table of Contents. And so it's important that you put the settings in it so that it displays correctly on your site. There's some pre-formatted settings here that you don't really need to change. What things you can change are the appearance, so how you want it to display in your post. Most likely you want to have it match the color palette, so you can change like this background color here or even the color of the text. And so here you will just override the colors of what you want it to be. So like the background colors, just whatever your color code is. The hover and the visited link one, I left those the same as what came with it. So this is where the border and the background I've left the same, so there's not like a definitive border, it's just the color of the box. And then I have the color of these a little darker of blue. And the other thing you'll need to set is where do you want it to pop up, right? So you don't have to insert a code manually on every single blog post. By using this plugin, it will automatically put it on every single post in a very specific place. So you click here on auto insert, and mine actually has this stuff showing. Yours, this won't be enabled. So when you check this box, then these things here come up. So for mine, I have it enabled before the first heading. So you can see on Kingdom Bloggers, all of our posts are pretty much the same. I have a couple of introductory paragraphs with my image and disclaimer. And then I start with my first H2. So my first H2 is not like the first line of text on the post. It's a couple of paragraphs into it. I do this personally because I use affiliate links. And so I have my affiliate disclosure before that first heading. So then I know never to put any affiliate links up here in this section. This is literally just an intro. There should be no links in it, even internal links. And then, so for every post, my box will pop up right here before that first H2 and right after my featured image and affiliate disclosure. And so this is what it will look like. Here's another post that has it. And so that's basically it for, oh, well, you can also, if you want it on pages, I don't recommend that unless you have your pages laid out with proper headings. Now, in an individual post, you can, so once you've installed it, it'll be down here. So let's say you're writing a post and it really isn't going to have any heading value. In other words, your headings aren't really going to make sense. I don't know why you would do that, but just in case you ever did, then you can come here and simply disable it for that specific post. But otherwise, it'll insert it into every post across your entire site. So as far as using the table of contents, so its purpose is to basically give your readers and search engine crawlers and so forth a bird's eye view of your content. So in the formatting post that I've written, talks about using kind of that research paper style with the Roman numerals and the capital A's and the ones and all that, you know, to help you envision how your headings work. So it starts with an H2. You never use an H1 in the actual post. When you insert your title into the title block, that is the H1. And so the first one you use in your actual post should be an H2, and then followed by an H3. Now, sometimes you may have an H2 and then a couple of paragraphs and then another H2 without any H3 under it. That does happen from time to time, but you should always use them in order. If you have a 2, you should have a 3 that follows it, not a 4, not sometimes you might have a 5 or whatever. but they should always be used in order. And the purpose of this is, again, it's a heading for what's to come. Just like when you look at a table of contents in a book, or some kind of guide or whatever, it'll have the main heading of what this entire section of the book is about, and then it'll have subheadings that are for the individual chapters in that book, and there may be even subheadings in each chapter about different topics in that chapter broken down. And so your headings are meant to do that for your content. Most people, when they read a blog post, initially when they found it in the search, so they're scrolling, they're searching something on Google, and then they get the results, they'll click on a bunch of posts, and they'll quickly scan over that post to see if it's what they're looking for. And so if you don't have headings that clearly outline what the content is, it's very hard for the reader to scan it, and most likely they won't. It's also important for your search engine crawlers, because this helps put those H2s, and you'll get more of this in the picking the right keyword section, but having those keywords, the main keyword and the additional keywords in some of these headings, can definitely help. And so it's important that everything in this table of contents is laid out in a way that makes sense. So if a reader looks at this, for this one, this is teenage prayers, prayers for a teenage daughter. And so we talk about prayer starters, prayers for my teenage daughter. And then down here, here's some ideas. Here's 15 different ideas. Over here, we're talking about overcoming the spirit of gossip. Why should we replace gossip? So that's under that main heading. And then here we talk about the promises, that's an H2. And underneath it are H3s that spell out each of the 7 promises. And then there's an H2 that's a summary. So again, this serves many purposes, but it's really important that you understand how to use your headings, so that when you use this plugin, if you install this plugin and your H2s and H3s really have no rhyme or reason, like you're not really using them in the correct way to outline, it's like an outline of your post, basically is what it is. And so if you haven't been using those correctly, I would advise you to first go back and start updating those older posts, put them in a little better order with your headings, and then install the plugin. Because the last thing you want your readers to come to your post, and then this contents, this outline for the post really makes no sense to them. They might actually not end up reading the post at all. So that's it. I hope this makes sense, but definitely be sure to adjust this in a way that matches your color palette so it blends smoothly into the blog post. All right, bye-bye.